In this ever-changing world, where uncertainties abound, and challenges seem unrelenting, it is comforting to know that God's love remains steadfast and unchanging. His presence in our lives is the anchor that holds us steady through the fiercest storms. Today, let us take a moment to reflect on the magnificence of God's grace, the depth of His compassion, and the boundless strength He provides to those who seek Him. God's message to you today is one of hope, resilience, and trust. He knows the burdens you carry, the struggles that keep you awake at night, and the silent tears you shed. Yet, in the midst of it all, He whispers gently, "Be still and know that I am God." These words are not merely a call to pause but an invitation to surrender. Surrender not in defeat but in faith, trusting that He is working all things together for your good. No matter how insurmountable the challenges before you may seem, remember that God's power is made perfect in your weakness. When you feel inadequate, He becomes your sufficiency. When you feel lost, He is the light that guides you. And when you feel broken, He is the healer of your soul. The trials we face are not meant to break us but to mold us into the people God created us to be. Each challenge is a stepping stone to a greater purpose, a refining process that shapes our character and strengthens our faith. Like gold purified in fire, our spirits are refined through adversity. God does not allow pain without purpose. While we may not always understand His ways, we can rest assured that His plans for us are for hope and a future. Trust in His timing, for He sees the bigger picture that we cannot. Let this day serve as a reminder that God's promises never fail. He promises to be with you always, to never leave you nor forsake you. He promises to give you rest when you are weary and to renew your strength when you feel faint. Hold on to these promises, for they are a testament to His unwavering faithfulness. Even in moments when it feels like your prayers are going unanswered, know that God hears every word. His silence does not mean absence. Sometimes, it is in the quiet that He speaks the loudest, teaching us patience, trust, and reliance on Him. God's message also calls us to extend His love to others. As recipients of His grace, we are called to be vessels of His love in a world that desperately needs it. A kind word, a helping hand, or a listening ear can be the light someone needs in their darkest moment. By reflecting God's love through our actions, we not only draw closer to Him but also inspire others to seek His presence. Let your life be a testament to God's goodness, a living example of His transformative power. Today, remember that you are not defined by your past mistakes or your present circumstances. You are defined by the God who created you, the God who calls you His own. He sees your potential even when you cannot, and He is constantly working in you and through you to fulfill His divine purpose. No failure is final, and no setback is beyond His ability to redeem. Take comfort in knowing that God's mercy is new every morning, and His grace is sufficient for every need. As you navigate the complexities of life, anchor yourself in God's Word. It is a lamp unto your feet and a light unto your path, guiding you through every decision and every challenge. Let prayer be your refuge, a place where you can pour out your heart and find peace in His presence. And let worship be your weapon, lifting your spirit and reminding you of His greatness. God's message to you today is clear: you are deeply loved, infinitely valued, and wonderfully made. Your life has a purpose, and your journey is significant. So, press on with courage and faith, knowing that the Creator of the universe walks with you every step of the way. Whatever you face today, face it with the confidence that you are never alone. God is for you, and if He is for you, nothing can stand against you. Trust in His promises, rest in His peace, and walk boldly in the knowledge of His unending love. In the vast tapestry of life, where threads of joy and sorrow are interwoven, there is one constant that remains unshaken: God's enduring presence and love. Today, as the world continues its relentless pace, God's message to you is simple yet profound: you are my beloved, and I am with you always. These words echo the timeless truth of His faithfulness, a promise that has stood the test of time and transcended generations. It is a reminder that no matter where you find yourself in this moment, Whether on a mountaintop of victory or in a valley of despair, God's hand is extended toward you, ready to guide, comfort, and uplift. Life often feels overwhelming, filled with challenges that test our faith and resilience. Yet, these moments are not without purpose. God, in His infinite wisdom, allows trials not to break us but to shape us. Like a potter molding clay, He uses every circumstance to refine our character and strengthen our spirit. The Apostle Paul wrote, "We also glory in our sufferings because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, and character, hope." Romans 5:3-4. Through every trial, God is teaching us to trust Him more deeply, to rely not on our understanding but on His divine wisdom. God's love is the foundation upon which we stand, an unshakable rock amidst the shifting sands of life. It is a love that surpasses human comprehension, a love so vast and unconditional that He sent His Son, Jesus Christ, to redeem us. This act of sacrifice is the ultimate testament to God's commitment to us. It reminds us that no sin is too great, no distance too far, and no heart too broken for His grace to reach. His love does not depend on our perfection but on His nature. It is a love that sees beyond our flaws, embracing us as we are while calling us to be more than we ever thought possible. As you journey through this day, know that God's plans for you are good. He declares in Jeremiah 29:11, "For I know the plans I have for you. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." This promise is a beacon of hope, a reminder that your life is not an accident but a masterpiece in the making. Even when circumstances seem uncertain, trust that God is orchestrating every detail for your ultimate good and His glory. His timing may not align with ours, but it is always perfect. One of the greatest challenges we face is learning to wait on God. In a world that values instant results, patience can feel like a foreign concept. Yet, it is in the waiting that God often does His deepest work. He uses these seasons to cultivate faith, teach us perseverance, and prepare us for the blessings ahead. Remember that a seed must endure the darkness of the soil before it can sprout and reach for the sun. In the same way, your current struggles are not the end of the story but the beginning of a new chapter. God's message to you today also emphasizes the power of gratitude. Amid life's busyness and challenges, it is easy to overlook the blessings that surround us. Yet, a heart of gratitude transforms our perspective, shifting our focus from what we lack to what we have. Every breath you take is a gift, every sunrise a reminder of God's mercies that are new every morning. Take a moment today to count your blessings, big and small. Let gratitude fill your heart and overflow into your words and actions, becoming a testimony of God's goodness to those around you. Moreover, God calls us to walk in love and kindness, reflecting His character in our interactions with others. The world is filled with pain, division, and uncertainty, and now more than ever, it needs the light of Christ. As followers of God, we are called to be that light, to be His hands and feet in a world longing for hope. A simple act of kindness, a word of encouragement, or a gesture of compassion can have a ripple effect far beyond what we can see. Let your life be a reflection of God's love, a living testimony to His transformative power. In addition to love, God reminds us of the importance of forgiveness. Forgiveness is not always easy, but it is essential for our spiritual growth and freedom. Holding on to bitterness only weighs us down, while forgiveness sets us free. Just as God has forgiven us through Christ, we are called to extend that same grace to others. It is through forgiveness that we find healing, not only for our relationships but also for our souls. As you meditate on God's message today, let His Word be your guide. The Bible is a treasure trove of wisdom, encouragement, and truth, a lamp to your feet and a light to your path. In its pages, you will find stories of God's faithfulness, promises that never fail, and the assurance of His love. Make time to immerse yourself in His Word, to let it shape your thoughts and guide your decisions. In doing so, you will find strength for today and hope for tomorrow. Prayer is another cornerstone of our relationship with God. It is through prayer that we communicate with Him, sharing our hearts and listening for His voice. In the quiet of prayer, we find peace that surpasses all understanding, a reminder that we are never alone. Whatever burdens you carry today, bring them to God in prayer. Lay them at His feet and trust Him to provide, heal, and restore. He cares deeply for you and delights in answering the prayers of His children. Lastly, God's message today is one of encouragement. Do not give up. The road may be long, and the journey may be tough, but you are not walking it alone. God is with you every step of the way, providing strength when you are weak, wisdom when you are confused, and hope when you feel lost. Lean into His presence, trust His promises, and know that He is working in ways you cannot yet see. Your faithfulness will be rewarded, and your perseverance will bear fruit. So, as you step into this day, do so with confidence in God's unchanging love. Let His peace guard your heart, His word guide your steps, and His Spirit fill you with joy. Remember that you are deeply loved, wonderfully made, and divinely purposed. Whatever challenges come your way, face them with the assurance that the Creator of the universe is on your side. He is your strength, your refuge, and your ever-present help. Trust Him, follow Him, and rest in the knowledge that He is faithful.